Hey guys, I'm here in the Geo offices. Welcome to 2020 quarantine edition Paraprof Training, where we get to clean all this stuff and you get to watch this video. Um, so I'm here in Palmer and I'm walking into the Paraprof office, and I figured that I would take some time to show you some of the most important little nooks and crannies of this mess of a place. So as we walk in, you can see that it is a mess, but it's always a mess. It has been a mess long before we got here and will be a mess when you leave. We have some vermouth. We have this small game trap, this dirty coffee cup that hopefully Michael will clean before you get here, but no guarantees. The two computers, really the PC is the only one that we ever use. I don't even know why the Mac is still here. A preserved octopus, some bear spray. But yeah, down in these cabinets here on the back wall, back up so you can see where they are, next to the computers, back wall, is where a lot of the stuff that you will need is. So this is all the tools. So just random stuff, like there's a thing of jumper cables, which should probably honestly just go into a vehicle. And then all these tools for any random job. There's a drill, there's a socket set, just random things that need to be fixed. You'll find what you need in here. Then here, we've got first aid kits. These need to go into vehicles when you're in the field. Don't leave without them. Could be bad.
And there are a bunch of extras, extra meds, extra trash bags, emergency blankets, decongestant, and then all sorts of like bandages and things back there. So before you order things on Amazon, that's a good thing to check.
Here, we've got just like not really much. There's chalk. There's some like extension cords and like projector parts. Don't really use that cabinet that much. And then here are a shitload of keys. And honestly, don't really know what most of them go to, but there should be some kind of legend. The keys that you will get, I think you'll get 10 keys, will get you into almost everywhere that you need to go. Including undoing all of these padlocks. They're all the same key, and they're one of the keys that facilities will issue you. As far as other important things go, we've got a few drawers in each of the desks. There's not really much in this desk. This is really only used for the money for like selling people field supplies. But in reality, we just got a bunch of money from somebody to make all those free. So it's much rarer that we're actually selling things to people, because for the most part, they don't have to pay for them. They only have to pay for like if they lose them and need another one.
Another one of your duties is being the Paraprof store. And so all of these different supplies, people will come to you and need to buy them. So we have notebooks up here. They're the Write in the Rain ones up there, and then over here are intro field books.
For reference, Paul wants everybody to use the intro ones because he likes the grid better.
There are some hand lenses here right now, but it looks like we'll need to order more. Acid bottles. Usually Steve is the one who provides you with the acid, and you just ask him for that, he'll get it for you. And then we have all of these bottle components that you'll have to put together in there. And the other important one is mat boards. There are a lot of pre-made ones up here. It's just 2 pieces of plexiglass taped together to use as a clipboard in the field, basically. But we have a giant stack of plexiglass up here and tape to make more if you need them.
Most of the stuff that you will need that isn't in those back cabinets are in this file cabinet and in the drawers from this desk. So here, these two drawers are the compasses. So these are the little shitty compasses used for intro classes, 100 level classes, and the like. They should be separated, I believe. I don't know. Some of them are quadrant, some of them aren't. Ones in the box either are or aren't. Then down here, we have the Bruntons separated in a similar way. Just the quadrant ones are those back there. Nobody uses those. Like, Jeff was the only one, and now he's retired, so nobody ever uses them. Here, we've got GPSs, whiteboard supplies, rubber bands. These are all labeled, by the way, but you know, sometimes wrong. And here now we've got a bunch of batteries, speedy plotters, colored pencils, and stuff like that. What are you doing, Michael?
Putting rocks away in the intro labs. They go here.
Look at how excited we are. Yeah.
You're gonna be this excited when you have this job too.
Yeah, so here are all the cabinets in the back of 16. Remember those? There's all these rocks up here. Those are kind of the shit rocks. The good rocks go down here. And then all the ones that are numbered, all of those are the labs. And each tray needs to have a full set of the labs. The labs are all on the computers so you can see. Hey guys, so here we are in Tut Science. Behind me you can see some of the mineral collections in the IGPET classroom, but we're gonna walk down this hall and go check out the labs. So here are the geochem labs down here. This is the room where the XRF and the XRD are. This is pretty much Steve's domain. You won't really have to do anything in here much. Back in here, this is Henry's lab, the clean lab, geochem lab, the balances, microscopes, drills. Sometimes there's just like bags full of dinosaur teeth, but I don't see any right now. This is where the rock saw and the drills and everything are. This is all rock storage. There's Michael. Now here, this is where a lot of thesis work gets done. There are a lot of samples. This is all Helen's stuff that we are now all about to organize and put away. This is rock crushers, drills. And this is the rock saw room in here that normally, if you two were here with us today, we'd make you clean this room, but because you're not, we're cleaning it. In a year, it's gonna be really nasty again, and you guys are gonna have to do it.
This is the loading dock right here, and the cage is inside there. Yeah, all field trips leave from here, and this is where we'll load up food and cooking equipment and all that jazz. Dumpsters are in there, which is very nice when you get back from field trips. And the other important thing to know is that propane is also kept in here. Try to let you see that. It's all locked together, but the padlock key for that padlock is the same as what's on the cage. So in here are a few different cages. There's a sink over there for cleaning dishes once you come back from a field trip. And then this one in the middle is geology. So in here is where everything flammable is kept, including lighters and all sorts of stuff. This is the fridge. You can put extra refrigerating stuff, extra food from field trips back in there.
If you go shopping for food like a day before a field trip and get a shitload of ice, you can just put it in the freezer overnight.
And then everything else that's on that cage pack out list for field trips should be findable in here. There's bins to put stuff in, all sorts of cooking equipment down here, bigger pots than you could ever need. Yeah, food bins and coolers for sorting your lunch and dinner and breakfast and all that stuff. Water jugs, stoves galore.
The general practice is to take one of these 2-burner stoves. So we've got this red one, and then the ones in the cases here, those are the really good ones. So take those before, if you're the third field trip to go out in a given time, then maybe take the red one or one of these other ones, but like those are the good ones. One 2-burner stove, and then one of these blasters up here that are just really one single super high powered burner that are good for boiling water and not much else.
Spices are in the ammo boxes.
2 more down there. We'll move those.
And then food that's not going to go bad is all in here. So there's, tea and a bunch of coffee. And
usually you guys can store canned goods in here, but we donated it all because we thought it would be a good idea considering the state of the world.
And yeah, so usually there will be all of like the extra cans, because when you go to Costco, you can only buy beans in huge quantities and stuff like that. And it's fine for that to all stay here.
Bowls.
Coffee makers are important. These are our cleaning bins. We always do 3 bins, one with soap, one with bleach, one with just water for rinsing. And soap and bleach and all that jazz should be in here too.
Yep. Also, we've got disposable plates and paper napkins and like plastic cutlery for like majors meetings and barbecues and other events. Those don't get taken on field trips, but they're still here. And normally there's toilet paper here also for field trips.
And also Tupperware is really nice to have for your dinner extras, because that makes great lunch.
For you, not for the students.
Hoard that shit.
Yeah, take it.
And tables are here too. These are important to have when you're on field trips.
So this is the lift. You'll use this a lot when you're loading up vans from the cage. You just use this little button here. And see, here we go. Now we're going down. See, look, like Michael is slowly descending.
Makes me so happy.
Okay, now we're at the bottom. Now, if you wanted to go back up, you go like this. You just by pressing the button the other way.
And the door won't open unless the lift is all the way up. Or you push up those little things.
Yeah, those ones there. And now we're back at the top.
So another thing for field trips that's pretty important is vehicles. So keys are kept in this drawer right here. Forerunner, new van as it says, and the old van. Most of the time they're missing aux cables, which can be really nice. So if you have one of your own, they're a good thing to bring. And that is just in 9F right here. This is a little guide to the computers that are here in the Paraprof office, and all of the fun documents on here that you're going to need to use. So within the computer, the little file thing here lets you search around, and you mostly want to be in the Paraprof drive here. So the one that you're going to use most often is probably the menu planning worksheet, which has this wonderful menu planner where you can put in how many people, how many days, different kinds of dietary restrictions, and then it will spit out how much of each ingredient you need for different types of meals. I think we should be able to see this now. So lunch stuff, breakfasts, all sorts of different dinners. Pretty standard stuff. And then what it will do is once you go to print it, it just comes out with this map of Costco and amounts of the different ingredients that you're going to need. And so other than that, some really helpful things are the cage pack out, which is just a good list of stuff that you're going to need before you go on a field trip. There are probably some printed out in here, but if you can't, just print them out and make sure you're grabbing all of this before you leave on a field trip. Packing lists can be helpful for people who haven't gone camping before. This is one. There's another one on here. That I haven't actually compared. And that's mostly it. So this is just gonna be a little intro on how we use Summit to plan field trips. So from the single sign-in page, hit Summit, and then go to the Global Education Field Study, and then just log in with your normal CC ID. And then once you're here, there should be two options. Yeah, so once you're in the, in the courses, you're gonna go create new course, and we're gonna copy from a previous course. So the one that we're going to use is SM 102 Summit Training. So just select that and hit click to copy. And so this will give you a template that you can just fill out, and it makes things a lot easier. So all you do, you put in your course name. Let's say this is for an intro class. And then it tells you how to fill out the rest, basically. So this would be the professor's name, and then this is the course number. We're gonna say that's for block 8 of 2020, and then hit next. Then once you need to put in a field trip, let's say we're going to the cabin. We're leaving today, coming back on the 21st, and then we'll hit add field trip. So then within that, we have to go to registration setup. And most of this is pretty self-explanatory, but there are a few things that you will need. So the registration URL is important. This is something that you can email out to the students in the class and let them get onto this page to register for the trip. And then there are a few other things. This should all be set up so that you don't have to change anything. But we do need medical history. That's an important thing to have students fill out. And we're gonna have to add an instructor. So you would just type in the professor's name and add them. And then the rest of this is set up. So all you have to do then is hit complete and activate. And once you activate the course, students will be able to register for it.